Okay guys, it's been a while since I made a video. I've been pretty busy, and then I was in the Philippines for a while, but now I'm back home. But I wanted to show you what I scored before I took my trip. Laying before you are two Yugoslavian SKS rifles. Now, there's some good deals out there, guys. You just gotta look around. Now that the ammo scare is pretty much is over and done with for the most part, the assault weapons ban is behind us. There's stuff out there. I picked these up. I saw these a while back at a pawn shop, and I go in there and like, hey man, let me see that SKS. And the dude's like, well, here you go. Didn't have the magazines. There was no box magazine in either one of them. And I say, hey man, do you have the box magazine, or is there a detachable magazine that goes with this? No, there isn't. No, but you can get them at Cabela's. They're pretty cheap, which is right next to a Cabela's. It's a pawn shop. Anyway, I'm like, well, it's really not really a functional rifle as is. I've got to either buy a magazine or load bullets in the chamber one at a time. And they're $350 on the shelf. And he's like, well, this is a $550, $600 rifle online in most shops. And he's right. He's like, for that kind of savings, you can easily buy a magazine, And I couldn't argue with him. Yeah, you're right. I'll think on it. And I go back in there, a couple weeks later, can you do anything on those rifles? Well, they've only been here, a couple weeks. I can't really do much on them. Not yet. Maybe if they're here for a couple months. And this went on for a little while. And then me, my brother, my uncle, we're out and about. Go to Cabela's. We go get a bite and a beer. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go see if those SKSs are still there. We take a trip. And their gun guy isn't there. And they just got the other guys that work in the shop. Couple of good old boys walking around, and one of them comes up like, hey man, let me see that SKS. And my brother's standing there, my uncle's looking around, and this old boy grabs the AR-15 and brings it to us. I'm like, no, the SKS, that one over there, the wooden stock, third to the left, So as he turns around, he puts up the AR and he's getting the SKS. I nudge my brother in the shoulder and just hit him like, hey, this is our guy. Let me do all the talking. So he brings it over, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, same thing. Do you have the magazine to this thing? No, I don't see anything. There's no note or anything. I'm like, well, it's kind of a non-functional rifle as is, man. I'm looking for a project gun, and this will work out, but I need to buy some parts before it even works. Otherwise, you're going to have to load the bullets in the chamber one at a time. And, can you do anything on that? And he's like, yeah, I can come down a little bit. And he's like, what are you thinking? And I'm like, well, the magazines are $25 at Cabela's. And he's like, okay. One of the guys, yeah, that's about right. So he knocks off $25 on this one with a sling on it. I put that sling myself. It didn't come with it. But besides the not having the box magazine, it's all original. And then the other guy, it's same thing, no magazine. It has looks like a bayonet to a Chinese SKS, spike bayonet, not the blade that it should have. It doesn't fit in there, and I forget what you call it, the little, I guess the selector switch, gas tube, selector switch, I guess. It's been pinned down. So I'm like, okay. He was like, I'll knock off 25 on this one, so you can buy that magazine and have your project gun. I'm like, cool. And then he knocks off 15 for the bayonet on that other guy to replace the bayonet, and 25 for the magazine. And then he knocks off like 10, 5, 10, I forget exactly what the amount was, for the for being pinned, like you can have unpinned. No big deal. Which we didn't really give a rat's ass, just bringing it down. And there you go. So this guy, the nicer one, real nice stock. Everything, I mean, it still had cosmoline inside the sucker all over it. I had to clean the hell out of it. But you can see the blade, how that fits in there. And the spike band, it doesn't really fit in there. And that's what we showed him. Like, look, that's not the right part. So he comes down, 325 from 350, 300 from 350. And there you go. My brother's probably going to pimp his out. I was thinking about doing the same thing, but I might just leave it stock. My brother's co-worker has a original box magazine. He's looking for it. So if he finds that damn thing, I'm going to put it on here. Keep the magazines. Hell with the $25 magazines. I went to Academy. They had it for $12 a pop. I picked up 2 extra and 1 for the rifle. My brother picked up 2 and 1 for the rifle. And then my boss, he had an SKS. Then he traded in for an AK, a Sega, because of the ban on him. He gave me the 2 magazines extra and a box of stripper clips. So I hooked him up with $20 and got him, a breakfast taco and a coffee, and we called it good. And then my brother's coworker had some stripper clips laying around. Got those 2. We got hooked up, So there we go. I mean, not too bad. A really good deal. I'm really happy with that. I mean, there's good deals out there. You just gotta look around. I mean, these things, they go from $5.50 to $6. The guy was right. But I got, $3.25. Hell yeah. I mean, of course, tax and all, but, who cares? It's not too bad. And, I mean, the guy that sold them, if they had them on the shelf, ready to talk down from $3.50, or the one usual guy, I guess he wouldn't. But, I mean, for $3.50 on the shelf, that guy must have been fucked in the ass. Or, really hurting for the money, didn't give a shit. Or maybe, who knows, maybe he's fucking around with his wife and she sells his rifles, or who knows what. I have no idea, Maybe somebody found him in the closet, somebody passed away and they didn't want him in. Who knows how that stuff gets in there. And they probably just simply didn't give a shit. Here, get these out of my house. I don't want them. And here I am. I pick them up. There's good deals. Just look around, guys. And, know what you're looking for. I mean, besides the damn selector switch, or whatever the hell you call it. Other than that, I'm pretty familiar with these rifles. So I go in there, talk about it. I show them the flaws. Hey, there you go. Cheap price gets even cheaper. Now that the assault weapons ban is over with, stuff's coming back, go get what you want. Don't get caught with your pants down again. Now that ammo's coming back on the shelf, well, load up for the calibers for the rifles and pistols you buy. Don't get caught with your pants down again. Prices are going down. You never know. Just have it and put it aside, and there you go. Anyway, you guys have a good one. And I'll make a couple more videos pretty soon.